Hey there, apples! We're the Apple Orchard! Okay, I'm Chelsea, and I'm gonna be your host for today, and I'm with...
Jilian, sorry. Jilian, nauna ako eh.
Excited? Okay, muna. Before... Okay. Sige, kaya mo yan. So, controversial topic muna. Or controversial question muna. Kasi we just finished Gen Math. So, yeah, ang sakit talaga. Pero, the show must go on. So, ano pipiliin mo, Jillian? Love life or ACADS?
Oh, that's so hard. Because, there's always like two sides of the same coin. Huh? Because, you want like love life so they can support you, to love you. But like ACADS is also important for your future. But TBH for me, ACADS definitely, like I can find love life later when I'm finished with ACADS.
No, because for me, obviously, first choice, ACADS. ACADS. Why? Because after seeing my Gen Math score, no way, I'm choosing love life before. Exactly, right, Bianca? It's like heartbreak. It's like, I'm humbled, I'm heartbroken, I'm like, I'm a failure. So like, it's so, ugh. So I'm definitely choosing ACADS because being successful with ACADS gives you like so much confidence. It's better than a love life.
Yeah, and like seeing my math score, it didn't only like disappoint myself. I know it'll also disappoint my parents. So that's why we're gonna talk about impact on romantic and platonic relationships. Huh?
Family's impact.
You need to show
Family's impact.
Sorry. Di mo na ulit or no?
Oh, we're not uliting, Jillian.
Oh, sorry.
This is an unscripted podcast.
This is winged. Okay. Okay. So, actually, I found out some chika.
Uy, kwento
It's
mo.
quite juicy. Okay, so, there's this girl. Let's call her... Ano maganda pangalan?
Elizabeth.
Okay, sabi ni Elizabeth, he was my first boyfriend. We met on Instagram, but it turned out we were actually going to the same school.
Uy.
Back when I was in grade 9. Oh.
Hello.
At first, I wasn't really into him because I still had a crush on someone else. And when he confessed his feelings after just a week of us talking, I turned him down. It felt too soon and I wanted to get to know him better. But he was really consistent and I could tell he genuinely wanted to be with me, which eventually made me fall for him too. We were in this situationship for a while until he officially asked me to be his girlfriend. And I said yes. We became a couple. Later, I had to transfer to another school, so we ended up in a LDR. And that's when things started going downhill.
No.
My. Even before I transferred, I noticed he was becoming more controlling and possessive. He would ask to block about 20 guys from my DMs.
What?
Even though I wasn't talking to most of them and some were close friends. I tried bringing it up, but he said I was being unfair and hypocritical.
What?
Oh,
Red flag.
Male manipulator. Okay. Not wanting him to get mad, I went along with it. But I felt guilty about blocking some of my closest friends. So I unblocked them without telling him. I know I should have been upfront and it only made things worse. He found out and started giving me conditions and punishments. And though I understood he was hurt, his reaction felt way over the top. Our relationship became toxic and unhealthy for both of us. Around October, he asked for a break, and I thought we were doing okay, but really, he was trying to decide if he even wanted to continue our relationship. I felt so lost because he was the only person I talked to daily, and since I focused so much on him, I barely spent time with my friends. Sorry. He'd often tell me he needed someone to talk to, so I'd be there for him all the time. The relationship just became more and more controlling. And after we cooled
Oh
off,
my
he grew
gosh.
distant. When I tell him I love him, he'd barely respond, or just dryly say, I love you too. It was honestly draining.
Wait, how yung I love you too, like ILYT? Or
Yeah,
yung
the ILYT.
What? No.
It's not even like spelled out.
Is he that lazy? Or
Is he that red flag? Okay. Oh my god. Eventually, I told him I wanted to break up, but he guilt-tripped me. Yan! Mga guilt tripper! Mga guilt tripper! Saying I'd be breaking my promises. But then, a few weeks later, he was the one who asked for a breakup. I'd waited all day thinking he was just busy with homework, but in reality, he wanted to end things.
hala. Ouch.
He's like the
Ouch.
type who's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be broken up with. I want to be the one who breaks up. That's
Ugh.
So I feel so bad for her.
Yeah, I feel bad for her because like, why is it like this, right? How is her family ba? Do you know or anything?
Yeah. Okay. So
Because sometimes it has an effect.
Okay. Elizabeth said she thinks that her family has a big or small impact in her platonic and or romantic relationship. This is because she has strict parents now, and she only has a limited amount of time to spend with anyone she dates or have a relationship with in the future. So
Well, okay, first let's tackle family and the impact of your family dynamics. Ooh. So, some families put a higher emphasis on connections or going out with your friends or people. And then there's nothing wrong with that. But there are also some families that tell you that you should prioritize or be more loyal to your family first. It all depends on what your families value. Take a look at this one. Like, right, limited time to spend with anyone I date or have a relationship with in the future. So we can say that probably her family dynamic is authoritarian. Because it's strict, diba? But
It's a strict.
since it didn't give much, information on what it is, we can just say authoritarian, like surface level, because we
Yeah.
don't know how it is in a deeper level. Pero she did so.
She said that her family relationship is kinda complicated. She grew up in a broken family with narcissistic parents who sometimes trigger warning, who sometimes hit her down, slapped her face, pulled her hair, and so on. So definitely there's some physical physical going on there.
So, usually, your family dynamic can affect your communication patterns. Check in with your fight or flight instincts.
Oh.
Ooh. How did your family handle conflict? By taking it out, by fighting, or by fleeing the situation? There's healthy communication and there's unhealthy communication. So, this is definitely unhealthy because they didn't talk it out.
Yeah, it seemed like they fought. Although we don't know the details.
Yeah, we don't know the exact details. We only know what's surface level.
But based on what she said, like, she never expected them to treat her that way. So maybe like she expected them to like, oh, let's just talk it out like mature people. But instead, they physically harmed her instead.
So there's also a connection to this with another thing about this dynamic is that it can also affect your boundaries and independence. A person who grew up with absent parents may be more inclined to chase after their friends or partners' love and affection. So like, gusto nila ng love.
Yeah,
Uy,
naghahanap
mamahal.
sila.
Nagmamahal sa kanila.
Yeah, because like maybe they didn't find that much love in the house, so they're like,
Yeah,
oh
so
my gosh, I want a boyfriend like right now.
Yeah,
In grade 2.
Grade 2? Alam mo, masyadong bata pa yan, Jilian, ha?
Sorry.
So, alternatively, a healthy family with loving and present members can lead to a person having healthy boundaries and a high sense of self-worth. So basically, what this is talking about is that how your family handles situations. So let's say, this carries on your emotional and social legacy. Or family legacy time. So hindi talaga yung family legacy, hindi siya lagi yung namamana ng material things. It's not tangible all the time.
Yeah, hindi naman yung minana na
relo,
yung mga
yung pera,
yung land.
yung land. And sometimes it's also like intangible things like our emotional well-being or yung how we
treat other people.
How we treat other people. So sometimes kung anong nakikita natin sa parents natin, what we see in them is what we think is right.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones guiding us. They're the ones raising us.
Syempre, when they gave birth to us, they're the first people we encounter.
Yeah.
So, syempre, we copy them. We model their actions.
We think what they do is right.
Yeah.
So, that also affects our social and emotional legacy. So, let's say yung strict parents, right?
Yeah.
Like this example, or like this story. We can say that they didn't talk it out. So, I'm not saying there's a high tendency, but the person would think that it's right. No, they would know it's wrong, but it will affect them.
Yeah, parang
it will affect them whole.
Wala silang barrier towards it. They're like, okay lang.
Kaya
parang, because you know what happened with her boyfriend. Like, she knew it was bad, and actually she had a barrier. She wanted to break up, but
she knew it was bad because she experienced it na dati. She doesn't want another one.
Yeah, but you know, since that barrier, it wasn't like, it was weak. It wasn't like strengthened by her parents or like how they affected her.
Yeah, and
so
also
like, that's why she couldn't like break up with him. You know, she was easy to like
lead on.
Manipulated.
Yeah.
She was manipulated.
She was vulnerable.
Yeah, she was vulnerable.
It's also on another factor. Another factor. I just thought of it while you were talking. So let's say she's in that relationship, and then that's the only other relationship probably she has, because she mentioned diba, like she talked to him, the only person she talked to every day.
Yeah.
So it's like he was the person she looked for comfort from, kasi hindi niya masabi sa parents niya.
Yeah.
Because obviously strict parents ang hirap
kausapin,
diba? So it's like there was a factor that she was afraid to tell them, so she only sought comfort from him in a way. So I think this affected her kasi emotionally wala siyang support. No support system since her family environment.
Yeah,
it's not.
It didn't
it's
build
unhealthy.
her support talaga.
It's more like they're just there.
Yeah. Tapos, you know, like, ayun na, like, she always, like, spends time with him, and she didn't have time to, like, spend with her friends anymore. So, ayun din nag-affect na parang, like, maybe she feels like she doesn't have anyone to depend on except the guy, because, you know, the family is skibidi, like that. And her friends, they weren't really, like, hanging out anymore, so, ganun.
And also, the things our parents do to us, like if nape-pressure tayo, and they have high expectations of you academically. Oh my gosh, naalala ko na naman Gen Math. Pero, kidding aside, if parents place high expectations on their child, this would lead to their child not feeling good enough, and thusly seeking validation or having difficulty expressing their own flaws or feeling like they can't make a mistake. So, gusto nila perfect.
Dito na gagaling yung mga people pleaser. Kagaya ko.
No, pero, on another note, this dynamic, yung parents mo strict, has high expectations of you. This can affect you emotionally. Like, very emotionally. Because you feel like you have no one to talk to. You just keep it bottled up inside. So, maybe when you meet a stranger or find, like, a new friend, it's hard for you to trust them then. Pero there's also another factor wherein you trust them
Too
easily.
much.
You trust them too much kasi you need someone to talk to. You just
need
want
a shoulder to cry on. Face and a lover and a finest heart.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Pero, you know what? I also know another kwento. Like, related to this. Uy, chika.
Parinig
Chika
naman.
alert. Wait. So, this girl has her family dynamic, we could say, based on what she has said, is uninvolved. Like, uninvolved. Like, parang they're just there, pero you don't really interact much. Hers is not that on, like, that deep level. Parang, like, shallow lang. Like, they talk. Obviously, they talk. They go out with each other. They hang out. They have dinner. Pero, not those real talk, chikas, or like...
yung hindi nangungumus na parang gano'n.
No. Like, parang gano'n. Like, we could say, like, parang siyang, they're not emotionally invested with each other's life. So, if may problema yung isa, or like, love life, or di na lang nasasabi. Because it's like on a very shallow level of uninvolved. Hindi naman masyadong deep, like, talaga sila nag-uusap or something.
Gets.
So that's why this person, let's call her Tiffany. Uy. Tiffany. So because of this, she yearns.
Ang deep naman ang word na yun.
She yearns for what her family lacks. So if she sees someone like parang caring, and then even though di sila friends or whatever, because this girl kasi, Tiffany, may crush siya.
Uy!
Sino kaya? No, pero si Tiffany, basta may nagchika lang sa akin nito. But yeah, so yung friend, she has a crush dito sa guy na to. Pero like, she likes him kahit hindi sila friends or close kasi she yearns. She could see what he's like. She knows like parang caring siya, mabait, or like someone you can talk to maybe. And it's something that her parents doesn't have, or family doesn't have. Like parang they care about each other's emotions or something like that. They're not emotionally invested. Like,
Gets.
yeah, ganyan. So, it's like, it can affect a person as well because you will also yearn what your family doesn't have.
Yeah.
So, which is related din dito. She wanted, like, the one you shared, she wanted someone to talk to, like,
Parang ganon.
yeah,
Like,
because strict parents, few time with friends, or anyone she dates. So, we can relate that in a sense. And
okay guys, so eto nga. Here's one tip in
the story.
Sorry. So, here's like a tip in your relationship. You've probably heard of compromising in your relationships or meeting your partner in the middle. But here's a quote we saw that stated, "With compromise, you both lose. As a couple, you must collaborate on the best possible outcome." Guys, remember that your partner is a human. They're humans that have their own lives. And in this age where we're connected and we're so used to everything being instant or available in the snap of a finger.
Gaya nung...
Yung Thanos.
Like yung guy dun sa story mo, like gusto niya mabilis na kagad yung relationship nila.
Two weeks pa lang.
2 weeks na, di naghintay. Like, mag-develop muna, maging friends muna, maging close muna. Tapos, ganyan pala siya.
Ayun nga. So, they're not, it's not like they're available in a snap of a finger. Like, consider that your partner doesn't solely exist to cater you, your needs, or whenever you're available. Kagaya si Elizabeth. Like, she basically became, parang kinater niya na yung guy. Like, every time the guy needs her, which, parang, every day. Every day. Parang sobrang na-focus siya on him. Parang, naging, I don't know the right word. Basta, like, ganon.
Yeah, ganon.
I guess yun na yun, guys. Matali na kaya. That is.
Yeah, so I think you should also know that there will be times when they will not be online. They won't wake up when you wake up.
Yeah.
Ganon. So don't treat your significant other like a dog that needs to be leashed. Kasi they're also people. Like this guy. This advice is probably for this guy. Because this guy, seriously, why are you manipulative? Why are you checking on your DMs? Like, bro.
Oh my god.
But, yeah. And so, you must know how to
trust them.
trust them.
Kasi
Trust is the
parang
foundation of everything.
Real. Trust is trust. Trust is trust.
Yeah, so if you don't trust them in the first place, why date them?
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to be manipulative.
You don't have to be controlling, obsessive. You could, trust your partner. Because if you truly love them, you would trust them.
Yeah. So, love is a choice. It isn't something that you fall into, but it's a continuous commitment. So, gaya ng guy dito, he didn't stay committed, Like, parang, we could say this is just like infatuous
or
love.
Parang ganon. Kasi, 2 weeks pa lang,
2
meron
weeks
na agad.
pa lang, meron na. There's no time for commitment or intimacy.
Yeah,
to
develop.
Ay, for them. But yeah, you both have to choose to commit. Hindi lang yung isa lang nagko-commit, tapos yung isa hindi. It should be both for it to work out, and you have to treat them with love and respect.
Real.
So yeah.
And guys, you should treat your partner how you wish to be treated in the relationship. Oh, si guy, gusto mo ba maging obsessive si girl tapos i-control lahat ng friends mo sa Facebook, Instagram?
Ayaw naman. So, there's also that, yeah. Well, basically, to summarize what we talked about today, kasi puro information overload.
Real.
Tapos kakatapos lang din natin ng Gen Math. Hala. So, to sum it all up, what we lack in our family is what we yearn from others. So, like, yung lack of connection with family, we yearn that from other people. So, it ends up, we trust them too much.
Yeah.
And fall for them like too fast.
2 weeks.
So, probably si Guy din may problema sa pamilya.
Yeah. He needs to listen to our podcast.
Woo! Promote, guys!
Share nyo to sa stories nyo.
Oh,
Charis.
yes, please. Pero, on a serious note, yeah, what we lack in our family is what we yearn for from others. Tapos, how our family, is, it carries on to us at times. It will affect us socially and emotionally. So, parang, emotionally, if your parents are like, hoy! Ganon. And then like, oh, are you okay? Ganon. Kapag hoy sila, parang your emotional legacy is very fragile,
Yes.
vulnerable. You're gonna be vulnerable. Tapos you would just choose anyone you find. And then if also that their parents... Wait, laugh train na
Staff
naman.
train.
Special guest.
Special guest, staff train.
Pero yeah, I won't drag this any longer. Because baka mahaba na to. Sorry, apples. But anyway, if your parents, yeah, are like strict, hard to talk to, you would trust anyone because you just want to let it all out, all those emotions out. So what you yearn in your family is what you find in a relationship. So it's all connected, guys.
It's all connected.
And this is what the apple orchard is about.
You know, connecting family tree to trees of life. Sorry.
The circle
Improve
of
kasi ka.
life.
Circle of life. Naging Lion King.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
Pero yan, you just have to be...
You gotta, okay, so you have to build boundaries. You have to build your own respect first. Because
Yes.
if you don't have the right respect